The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Open. This is the one and only talk show dedicated to bringing the best in the Bronx, New York, and the world right to you. I'm Rina Valentin, your host in Café con Leche, and here's a look at what we have coming up. First up, we'll inform you of some fun things to do around the city in our Open Weekend preview. Then Bronx River Arts Center will focus in on the Bronx waterfronts with a special panel discussion tonight, and we have them here to talk about what to expect. After that, we'll hear about another aspect of Bronx waters from Bronx River Sankofa's Morgan Powell. And we have Bobby C Sports Roundup, right, with the latest update, all things happening in the world of sports, that is. And in the Open Artist Spotlight, we'll get a demonstration of the talents happening at the Prelude New York Urban Dance Competition. So don't go anywhere. All that is headed your way because now we are officially open. Welcome to Open. Rina Valentin here. That's right. I'd like to remind you that we are interactive here on Open, and you can reach out to us via email by sending us an email to open@bronxnet.org and or tweeting with us at BronxNetTV. And of course, you can tweet me personally at Rina Valentin. And you know, we are on Facebook, people. So check us out, Open Television. Like us. All right, now we're going to get right into the show and see what this weekend has in store for us. It is now time for our Open Weekend Preview. First up, a legacy of community and creativity in the South Bronx at the Bronx Documentary Center. Focusing on exploring and celebrating the fashion moda, art, and performance space founded in 1978, photographer Lisa Kahane and painter-animator Jane Dixon will present their work, followed by a discussion with Jorge, or George Popmaster Fable Pabon. That's Saturday, February 16th at 7:30 p.m. at the Bronx Documentary Center on 614 Cortlandt Avenue in the Bronx. And for more information and tickets, you can go to bronxdoc.org. And guests 18 years and younger are admitted for free. Next, Poetry Idol. Are you someone with a gift for open mic sessions? Do you have the right venue to get started? Well, sign up for Poetry Idol. This series of open mics will take place on Wednesdays in April, but auditions are being held Wednesday, February 27th at 7 p.m., and you must be 21 years or older and available to compete during all the days of the competition. The grand prize is $1,000 in cash and a published book of poetry, a photo shoot, and other prizes. For all the rules and info, check out poetryidol.org. And once again, auditions will be taking place at the Poets Den Theater, located at 309 East 108th Street. That's in Manhattan. All right, and finally, get your swimsuits and nerves of steel ready. That's right, because it's the 2013 Bronx Polar Bear Plunge. Yikes. Join BronxNet and the Bronx Polar Bears and dip into the waters of Orchard Beach this Saturday at noon. A Bronx trolley will pick up passengers from other boroughs at 9:30 a.m. at Grand Central Station between Lexington and Park Avenue. And a safety briefing will occur shortly before the event starts at 10:30 a.m. with the actual plunge happening at noon. For all the details or for more details, you can go to bronxnet.org. And once again, that's happening tomorrow. Woohoo! And the plunge starts at 12. Yikes. Woo! Bless you, people. All right. And, well, there's a little bit of cultural and a little bit of social. And, well, that polar bear plunge looks, I guess it looks fun. I guess maybe if you jump in with your loved one, you know, in honor of Valentine's. I mean, they say it's healthy for your system, but, you know, I'm not too sure because I've never done it. So, I don't know. Vince, what do you think? Maybe, what do you think? Should I do like a Rena Gets Lean from Orchard Beach or something?
Oh, my goodness. Happy Friday, Rena Bear.
Happy Friday, Rena Bear. Oh, my goodness.
Maybe you should do it. I heard that it is, like you said, it is really good for your system. It's supposed to invigorate you, I believe, and also ease your muscles, but that's like after a long workout. So first thing in the morning, I'm not sure about.
Right. Well, you know, here's the thing. It's a little warmer today, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
So that's a plus. It's
Yes.
not like, you know, like 10 degrees. So I don't think it's going to be that bad. I remember
shouldn't.
last year when they did it, there was like snow on the sand. It was
Yeah.
kind of cool. And this year, from what I understand, they're going to do the Harlem Shake.
I heard they're doing the Harlem Shake. It's the new craze. I don't know if it's that similar to the actual Harlem Shake, but it's a dance. and-
Okay, so, all right, so you guys got to look it up on YouTube because
Yes.
it's the most hilarious thing. All right, so basically, from what it sounds like, is they're going to do their plunge, and then
Right.
after the plunge, they're going to have this whole, like, dance section of doing the Harlem Shake, which is like madness, you know, it's just madness, and they want people to come with, like, the weirdest wardrobe,
Yes.
or if any, you know, or maybe like a weird looking robe, or maybe not, or maybe just in your swimming trunks. I don't know, but definitely I got to give it up to BronxNet for always coming up with some like funky, creative, new way of like attracting people to our borough.
Definitely. If anybody wants to go down and hop in the cold water or do the Harlem Shake, either one in a funny costume or whatever, I urge you to get down to Orchard Beach.
That's
it's going to be
this
fun.
Saturday. It's this Saturday. It's this
Yes.
Saturday, and you know they're actually going to do an orientation at
Right.
10:30 in the morning.
Make sure everybody's doing the Harlem Shake,
Right. Of course. Yeah. What are they calling it? Rehearsals or something?
Maybe.
And then again, for those who don't live in the borough, if you get to Grand Central, which is on 42nd Street, there's a trolley bus actually picking everybody up. And once again, just in case you're just tuning in, you can go to bronxnet.org for more details on that. All right, Miss
on.
Bracy in the house. Woo! All right. Well, we also want to highlight our makeup artist for the week, who did my lovely face today, Rosana Lizaldo. And, well, for more information on the makeup artist contest we're having, you can check out, you can actually submit to submissions at lareinadelbarrio.org. Right now, we're actually looking at her do my makeup prior to the show. Again, we are having a makeup contest. And if you are watching and tuning in right now, you can also send us an email to open@bronxnet.org with the subject line Makeup Artist Contest. We've got a few other people already lined up for the next weeks to come. And, you know, if you or someone you know is interested in this field of being a makeup artist on television, please send them our way. And once again, they can either send an email to submissions at lareinadelbarrio.org or open@bronxnet.org. Two different emails, but we'll get it. We'll get it either way. And we're looking forward to trying out different looks on me, on moi. I actually don't mind being a canvas, so send them our way. All right. All right, so once again, we've got much more open ahead, but, well, here's a peek at next week's Rena Gets Lean. I went ahead of myself.
5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Don't worry, edit that part out.
Today's healthy habit to form. Spend at least 1 hour a day being physically active. Today, I'm going to walk in the park for an hour.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes up to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers. First pitch is fouled between the
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Take my hand and start a brand new day. And together as one we'll start to see some change. Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people. Connected, interdependent.
Welcome back to Open, everyone. And the Bronx River Arts Center will be hosting a panel in collaboration with MetaLocal, highlighting efforts to restore the Bronx River and preserve history and waterfronts in New York City. And to the set, we welcome Atue Ramos Fermins from the Bronx River Arts Center to tell us a little bit more about tonight's panel discussion. It seems like this show's theme is going to be water. It's about water, and it's a beautiful thing. And arts, of course, because you're the Bronx River Arts Center. And we've had you on previously, and we know that the Bronx River Arts Center is under renovation, right? So just share a little bit about where you actually reside, even though it's under renovation, because it's across from Drew Gardens River.
Right. Our original location is on East Tremont, 1087, but we're now temporarily located on 2064 Boston Road, just around the corner. Our offices are there, and we have also a satellite gallery space that we share in the Mott Haven neighborhood. So this is where everything's going to take place tonight.
At Mott Haven?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the address again?
The address is 305 East, 140th Street. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so no, we'll make sure we share it again later. However, the reason I even brought, so they're putting it up now. It's 305 East 140th Street, and that's for the panel that's happening tonight from 7 to 9 p.m.
Correct.
With the Bronx River Arts Center in collaboration with the Bronx River Alliance and all these other fabulous people who are actually contributing to the health of our fabulous river. Okay, right. So I'm really excited because I think it's really important for people to really get that there are people out there making an effort to clean up our waters, right? And which makes the environment healthier for us all. Yes. And the Bronx River Arts Center is an art space. However, you're associated with the Bronx River Alliance. So can you just share a little bit about what your contributions are?
Sure. So the Bronx River Alliance is basically about 60 different organizations and community members that are working towards greening the Bronx River, cleaning it, and maintaining it for the future generations. And the Bronx River Arts Center is part of this coalition of individuals and organizations doing that. For this specific exhibition, because we have an exhibition right now that celebrates the history of the restoration of the Bronx River for the past 40 years, basically. So we have a lot of documents, a lot of photographs, videos that celebrate the people, the community members who were actually working towards, making the Bronx River a better place.
Okay, so there's a photo exhibit on display right now as we speak.
Correct.
That opened up in the beginning of this month,
Correct.
right? And how long is it on exhibit?
So the exhibit runs throughout all this month until the February 26th is the last day.
Okay, February 26th. Now, where is that exhibit? Since you guys are, it's also on the 140th Street location?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so whoever attends the panel tonight will be able to actually view the exhibit of the river's history.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Same place.
Same place. No, just making sure, because I know you guys are kind of like, floating a little bit.
We call it Brack on the Block. So.
Brack on the Block.
Right.
Right. That's right. That's right.
And tonight's panel, we call it Wade in the Water, and it's basically connecting Bronx waterfronts and different efforts from different community organizations and different community members to improve our waterfront. So we're talking about the Harlem River on the Bronx side. We're talking about the Bronx Gill on the south side, and then the Bronx River what it goes through. Yeah. So.
Okay, no, this is very interesting because unfortunately, the river has it was neglected for a little period of time, and the fact that you not just you, the Bronx River Alliance, and everybody involved is actually making an effort to replenish it, revitalize it, and not only that, repopulate it, right? Because there are these beautiful parks that are being designed on the waterfront. So share a little bit about that.
So actually, the Starlight Park, it just opened a couple of weeks ago. It's very close to West Farms Square, and it goes down to Westchester Avenue. And basically, it used to be in the 20s and 30s an amusement park, sort of like the Coney Island of the Bronx. And then it closed down, and and there's been a lot of for the past 10 years, more or less, there's been a lot of different efforts from different community organizations to make it a public park for everyone. So it just opened, so that's an exciting thing.
That is very exciting.
Yes.
That is very exciting, especially once the weather gets nice. So the thing about just the actual river itself is the Bronx River is really a big deal in the Bronx.
Yes.
And it actually goes into Harlem, and it's just this beautiful long stretch of walking trails, which we'll discuss a little further with Morgan later.
Yes, he's a really specialist here.
Right, in that field. But just the fact that you guys are documenting it, what do you hope to share with the public and or educate everyone with?
So once we, one of the ideas is that we share all the efforts that have been happening for the past 40 years. It's a long process, and thousands of people have been involved in this, and it's a way to recognize all that work that different folks, from teenagers to adults, from organizations to individuals, from neighbors that have been working on improving this river and celebrating their history. But at the same time, looking towards the future and what things are happening right now to improve it for the next generation. So that's what we're hoping for people to get out of this exhibition and tonight's panel, and connecting all those waterfronts, because it's an important public space that we need to take advantage of and enjoy it. So.
And I was able to view some future plans as well. Are those on exhibit as well? And I mean by photographs.
There's some images for future plans, and we're showing them in the gallery. So yes,
because you've got this wonderful boathouse or something. And not only that, there's an issue with the train station, right? Being I guess. You guys are working towards having it become a public space so that it could be used as a bathroom or things of that nature. I mean, there's a lot. You guys are doing a lot. So I'm just trying to share a little bit with what all your efforts are.
That's part of the Bronx River Alliance that's taking care of that specific project. We're just partners in that effort. And actually on February 26th, there's the Bronx River Alliance Assembly, and they're going to talk about specifically about that project that they're planning for the concrete plant park along the river.
So what should people expect attending the panel discussion tonight?
So tonight we're basically talking with Damian Griffin from the Bronx River Alliance. He's the education coordinator. We're talking with the Point CDC, with Kelly Telly Sepulveda, and we're talking with South Bronx Unite, another community organization, and also with the Harlem River Working Group with Chauncey Young. And basically, it's connecting the dots of the efforts that all of these community members have been working on different fronts to connect the waterfronts and greenways along the borough, basically. So that's tonight, and it's going to be very exciting, and we're happy, to invite everyone.
Nice, and thank you for coming. Are there any last words you'd like to share with our viewers pertaining to BRAC and the exhibit and tonight's panel?
One of the things that we also have, because the idea is to create events and basically connect and expand the exhibition. And next week we have a very interesting poetry reading and literature inspired by objects found in the river. So that's going to be very exciting next Friday at 7 to 9, the same time, same place, and we're happy to host that too.
And people can just go to brac.org for
the
information?
BronxRiverArt.org.
Right.
Everything's there.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. All right. Once again, for more on Wade in the Water, you can check out the Bronx River Art Center's website by going to BronxRiverArt.org. And remember, if you want to enjoy the wonderful waters of the Bronx, well, the Polar Bear Plunge, I told you it's a water theme today, is this weekend at Orchard Beach. All right, we'll be right back with the Bronx River Sankofa here on Open.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future.
My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Find out how you can live United for Education. Give, advocate, volunteer. Go to liveunited.org.
Do you wear this?
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to Open, and today's theme is water, river, ocean. That's what we're about here in the Bronx today. And the Bronx River Sankofa is a celebration of the Bronx River's African American heritage and more. It celebrates 350 years of history and also local landmarks, nature, and political progress. With us to discuss some local Black history is Morgan Powell.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
It is actually an honor to meet you, sir. I just because we had actually documented your tour last year, and it was quite the success. And so, just share with everyone a little bit about what the term Sankofa means. Let's start with that. Bronx River Sankofa.
Empezamos. Here we go.
Oh.
Sankofa is the word that I use because, as you can see, we do so much.
Right.
I'm part of something called the Bronx African American History Project. We're 10 years old and a lot goes into it. So I thought, what is the shortest way to say, looking at everything Black people have done for the last 350 years? And I came up with Bronx River, a site, Sankofa. Go back and get it. Look at your heritage.
That's cool. And you know what? I especially like the fact that we're having this conversation, not only because we've got a water theme going on, it's African American History Month. Right? And so here you are documenting and making sure, well, not documenting, but you're actually bringing out the documentation of the contributions that have been made to the Bronx River.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be able to do it. And it's really the best thing about this work is to highlight all the incredible people who are doing great things right now. Because history is not just who we've been, but who we've become. So just a week from today, Tanya Fields from the Longwood community is having a huge fundraiser at the Point Community Development Corporation in Hunts Point. And she's all about getting young working class women of color to do yoga, to improve their nutrition, to drink more water, leave the fast food alone,
right.
Take care of your temple.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, let's just start with, let's kind of segue from what we discussed with Hatway a little earlier, because you're actually in alliance as well, in association with the Bronx River Alliance, and everybody's playing their role in preserving it and revitalizing the river. Mm-hmm. So where's your role in this?
Wow. Well, I was very honored to be invited by Bronx River Arts Center to speak this past Tuesday, and they videotaped it. So they made us put it on Vimeo with some of their other videos in the future. I hope so. There's going to be a great discussion happening tonight. And actually, I love the show that they have right now at the Bronx Arts Space in Mott Haven, because a lot of the documents that the public will see if they go and see it are the same documents I looked at over the last 8+ years as I've done my own research on local river history as it relates to African American environmentalists.
Now, with regards to those images and the lovely library that you've put here on the table, how is it that you actually obtain your information?
Wow. Well, when the Bronx African American History Project first got started, one of the most fun ways to learn local history was just to interview people. So Fordham University's Department of African American Studies, in partnership with the Bronx County Historical Society, which really need your support right now, guys. So if you're not a member, please become a member. Please visit the museum near the Montefiore Hospital, because they really need your support. We just started interviewing people, and a lot of that's transcribed, and everybody on the planet from Georgia to Puerto Rico can watch videos or read some of the interviews online.
Really? So where do they go to obtain that information?
Sure. Any search engine you like to use, Google, Yahoo, whatever, just type in quotation marks Bronx African American History Project. It's going to take you to Fordham University's website, and they have a whole section that's nothing but local Black history. It's fascinating.
Well, you're fascinated because I mean, you've incorporated it with the water, and just the fact that you've chosen this to be your path, that's a big responsibility.
Well, look, I have to give back. I'm 39 years old, so that means that I grew up during the crack epidemic, and for anybody who's a longtime Bronxite, you remember crack, you remember the 80s, and all the images were the Bronx is going to hell, things are negative, the media did a field day on us. But I think a lot of young adult Bronxites, we don't realize the negative impact it had on our self-image. And it's just time to mine the beauty that has always been in the Bronx. Because quite frankly, there were a lot of beautiful things in the Bronx then that we don't have now. Like, people were more likely to know their neighbors. We need to bring that back.
No, you see, and that's exactly what I was referring to in having a big responsibility, because it's like now what you're saying, and I hope you guys got what he just said, because that was deep. It's like, okay, here the media put these images in your upbringing, and so that's what you think you are or where you come from. And so here's the part that is missing, the part that you forgot to even look deeper into. And so here's someone actually providing that information so that you can get, actually create a better or a higher sense of self-esteem and just belonging and feeling proud and all the other good stuff that just allows a person to excel.
Yeah. Like, one of the golden moments of doing this research is meeting other people who are my age and younger in the Bronx who are doing incredible work in the environment and the arts. Right near St. Barnabas Hospital, there's a group of young Latinos who are doing the X Collective, phenomenal multimedia art. They're not even looking for grant money. They finance it on their own. They show it on their own. And so this is the Bronx speaking for itself, and we all need to support those efforts.
Yes, absolutely, especially when, it's being done with the intent of just helping the next generation understand that, the Bronx is not burning, not at all. The Bronx is actually developing and growing. And so you have all these fabulous books here, and I would love for you to just share what each one represents in your you actually do PowerPoint talks now, right?
Yes.
So do you want to share a little bit about that before you share the book?
That's so sweet of you. Yes. So I have two programs coming up. Saturday, February 23rd, next week Saturday, I'm going to be giving a very brief talk at the Bronx Speak Up. That's all about rehabilitating parks in the Bronx, and it's right here at Lehman College. But then I'm doing a whole free, so everybody's welcome to come. Money's not an issue. Come. Next week Saturday at the Bronx Music Heritage Center. And I'm just going to do a PowerPoint for the community. And then Saturday, March 9th, in partnership with the Bronx River Alliance, I'm giving my final walking tour. And I'm going to show all of my neighbors, including you out there, how to use the Bronx as your open-air museum. These books are some of the texts that I use to do my research, because the Bronx has phenomenal parks with really interesting histories. The Bronx has breathtakingly gorgeous landscapes like Woodlawn Cemetery, where major musical artists from the 20th century like Celia Cruz and Miles Davis and Duke Ellington and others are buried. The Bronx has incredible opportunity to view wildlife. Birds in their annual migration fly through here. There's a very wide range of birds that you can enjoy. It's a great, inexpensive habit and hobby. The Bronx has, actually, believe it or not, world-famous architecture. And there are actually books that can show you where the buildings are, why they're important, and it's all available to you. Every street in the Bronx has a history behind the name of it. There's actually a book about that published by the Bronx County Historical Society, and you can get a copy, and some of these are in public libraries, so you don't have to spend money to get access to this information. Can you believe this is the only comprehensive history about the Bronx written by a person of color? This is The Bronx by Evelyn Gonzalez. Very proud of her.
So let me ask you, where can people obtain all these books?
A lot of the stuff is in the libraries. The Bronx.
Look at that. It doesn't even cost you money to do your research.
And this is really one of my themes. Money is just not a barrier to being more excited about being a Bronxite and to discovering the beauty of where you live. A lot of this is available. Lehman College Art Gallery has a whole part of their website focused on public art in the Bronx. These are beautiful stained glass murals, sculptures that you can see 24/7 without paying a penny. It's available to you.
We love that. Now, just before we wrap up, I have to ask because they're on the table. What are the maracas for?
Ah, the maracas. So everybody knows what we do. Those of you who were part of my first walking tour 2 years ago know that it is a journey in jubilance, okay? The Bronx actually is in the process of some things that are really unhappy, like defunding of public education and after-school programs, but we're going to come through this in a really beautiful way because we're all going to recreate community in a way that we haven't done in 40 years. And the maracas are part of the
celebration.
The celebration.
We're gonna have our own Mardi Gras. Okay? I'm gonna kick it off. Okay.
Yeah.
You put maracas in my presence. Like, oh my goodness, Morgan. You know, we could stay here forever, but we can't, right? Because they're telling me our time is up. And you know what? I can sit here and just listen to you all day, which is awesome because obviously, we're actually inviting all of you to attend his PowerPoint discussion, and once again, if you could just share that information before we go, that would be great. I mean, you can bring your maracas and tell them I said you could bring your maracas.
Bring it, yeah. Please do come next week Saturday, Bronx Music Heritage Center. If you're taking the trains, it's the Freeman Street Station on the 2 and 5, and then next month a Bronx Park walking tour. Go on the Bronx River Alliance's website for times and dates.
Beautiful. Morgan Powell, everyone. Woo! Woo! For more on Bronx River Sankofa, check them out also on Facebook by going to facebook.com/Bronx River Sankofa. We'll be right back with Open Bobby C's Sports Roundup. Don't go anywhere.
Extended warranty option that includes free service and parts for the next 5 years. But there's no need for you to get that. You failed to get the test you needed at the doctor that would have detected disease early enough where it could have been treated. So you won't be around in 2 years to see him grow up, which means the warranty would be useless. Okay, sign here, please.
For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy. My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year, I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher means a brighter future.
My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Find out how you can live united for education. Give, advocate, volunteer. Go to liveunited.org.
Do you wear this?
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles.
Everybody bring it in.
I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
We begin on the NBA hardwood, where the first half of the season is wrapping up in anticipation of the All-Star Weekend forthcoming this weekend in Houston. The Knicks closed the first half with a rough performance Wednesday night at the Garden, dropping a matchup with Toronto. Carmelo Anthony clearly wasn't his usual self, and his subpar performance certainly didn't help the Knicks. Nonetheless, the orange and blue closed out the pre-All-Star break schedule as the second seed in the East, something I'm sure many Knicks fans would have signed up for before the season. Anthony injured his elbow, pretty bad bruise, and is considering sitting out Sunday's All-Star game, but reports this morning appear that Melo might try and give it a go anyway. He is slated to start for the East in Sunday's showdown with the West. Out in Brooklyn, the Nets were without playmaker Darren Williams for consecutive games, but it didn't slow the Nets, who capped their pre-All-Star break with back-to-back victories, including a win over Denver at home on Wednesday night. Williams is expected back right after the break. With the league's trade deadline looming soon as well, the Nets appear to be players for several, including rebounder Paul Millsap and top-notch defender Josh Smith. Carlos Boozer has also been mentioned as a possibility for the Nets. In the meantime, Nets fans can enjoy Brook Lopez's trip to Houston as he becomes the first Brooklyn Nets All-Star on Sunday. It should also be a wild weekend for Knicks fans, with James White in the dunk comp and Steve Novak set to fire away in the three-point contest on All-Star Saturday night. As always, our Bronx Net cameras will be making the annual trip to catch up with the best of the best on the NBA's hardwood. The Knicks appear ready to stand pat and chase a title with the roster they currently have. There were rumors earlier in the week that Iman Shumpert could be dealt to Phoenix, but management has denied those rumors. Out on the ice, the New York Rangers and the New York Islanders resume